What's up, family? Realitybytestv with Dion Evans back at you again. I want to talk to you really quick and ask you a question. What would you do if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt you wouldn't fail? Not a trick question, but I need a real answer. What would you do if you knew that you could not fail? Now, am I saying that what you would do, you'll actually definitely 100% succeed at? Not necessarily, but I am asking you the question to get you to think. If there was something you could do with the assurance you wouldn't fail, you do a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not saying anything stupid like if I knew I wouldn't die, I'd jump off of a cliff and keep banging my head on the concrete. Not that. If that is your thing, let's talk later. We can counsel that out of you. But let me talk to you about the fact that if we look at failure and look at our goals and our dreams and what we want to do, when we look at our 2018, the other day we talked about the thing that keeps us from pursuing goals, dreams, visions, passion, all that kind of good stuff is the fact that we are not ready. We talked about that. I'm not going to get into that now. If you want to check it out, go back a few days to Realitybytestv on Facebook or on YouTube and check out Ready, Set, Go. But if failure was not an option for you, what would you do? I think that you would do a lot of things. I would do a lot of things if I knew that I couldn't fail. But that's the mindset that I would believe you and I need to have, not just in 2018, but in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, 2022, and to infinity and beyond. That's my Buzz Lightyear plug. But I think that we need to get out of the place of having fear control what we do and don't do. Now listen, I'm talking about common sense. I'm talking about I'm going to go into a violent neighborhood and just wild out because that could probably get you hurt. But I am saying that when we are pursuing dreams, passions, goals, aspirations, callings, promptings, burdens, that we look at it with a lens where we're not fearful, because fear stops you from doing any of the good stuff that you and I are called to do. That's right. I believe that you are called to do it. I'm called to do it. Tap your neighbor, tap your auntie, your grandma, your mom and them, whoever's next to you right now, because I believe that you and all of those people are destined for greatness, destined for huge things. And I don't want you to let fear become something that blocks you and stops you from doing exactly what it is that I believe and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that God's called you to do. The Bible tells us in Jeremiah 29:11 that the Lord has plans for us, that he has a future and a hope for us, good things. He says this, I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. So God is saying to you and me that there is something on the inside of us, that there's a huge believe push coming towards. That God says, I've already destined for you greatness. And since I've already destined for you greatness, I kind of gave you a little bit of a fail-safe. So that even if you go and you fail and fall on your face, you've done it. So I want you to know that I've made you for greatness. So since I've made you for greatness, why don't you pursue greatness? Many of us are living up under the greatness that we've been designed for. And why is that? We're living up under the greatness we've been designed for because we are afraid. We are scared. We are paralyzed by fear of what could go wrong, or what might go wrong, or what will go wrong, or the potential of something going wrong. Here's the truth of the matter. Something could definitely go wrong. Something could definitely go awry. Something could definitely go out of whack. But don't let the probably or the potential of something happening be what scares you from making anything happen. Remember what I said, that God has plans for you, a hope in the future for you, good stuff for you. And we're going to end here because Ephesians 4 says this to you and I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Now listen, you may say, you know what? I am not a Christian. I am somebody who is another religion or whatever it is. But remember, regardless of what you ascribe to, hear what I'm saying. Regardless of what you ascribe to, God created all of us. Whether we say we don't believe in him or not, he created us. And being that God created us, there's some greatness that lies in there. And it's a matter of tapping into it. Now, for those of us who follow after Christ, he says this, Paul says, listen, I can do everything through Christ that strengthens me. Does that mean I can wake up in the morning and go ahead and be a starting point guard for the Lakers or the Bulls or whatever? No, it does not. You cannot wake up tomorrow and be Steph Curry. But there is something inside of us. And Paul says, when he talks about that verse, he says it on the end of saying, I've gone through some hell. I've gone through some ups, I've gone through some downs, and so now I can do everything. I know that God gave me the potential to do anything that I set my heart to, that I set my face toward, that I set my spirit toward, because I've seen it all. And I know that even if failure is on the other side of it, I'm a charge forward, because that's not going to be something that hinders me in my mind. So listen, what's in your heart? Going overseas for a mission trip? Going domestically on a mission trip? Going down, starting something for the homeless population, starting something for social justice, starting something against human trafficking, writing a book, scoring a film, doing a play, whatever it is. Don't let fear stop you from it. Don't let the potential of failure stop you from it, but rather say, even if I fail, I'm going to use that as a flame, as a push to make sure that I succeed, that I go harder than I would have gone before. Let that be your encouragement. Listen, if what you are seeing and what you are hearing on Realitybytestv is encouraging you and inspiring you, do me a quick favor. Share what you are hearing, share what you're seeing with your friends, your family, your coworkers, whoever it is. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Vine, whatever social media platforms you're on. Do that for me. And then subscribe to wherever you're watching this. If you're on Facebook, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Click that thumbs up for like, or thumbs up if you weren't really digging what we're talking about. And leave comments so we can have a conversation around how great me and God, and everybody around wants for you to have a new year. Going after your goals and dreams and possibilities without failure, without fear. Let's go after it. Let's make it happen. And listen, join me next time on Realitybytestv, where real faith meets real life. I'll talk to you all soon.